Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Wes with Heritage Lawns and Irrigation, where we help busy, frustrated homeowners fix embarrassing lawns and turn it into a lawn that'll make them proud. So some of the questions we're going to talk about today is going to be about sprinkler winterization, sprinkler blowouts. So why do we need to do that in the first place, and when do we need to get that done? And I'm out busting around with some of the guys today looking at sprinklers while they're getting their work done. So I thought it'd be a good time to answer those questions. All right, so why do we need to get a sprinkler blowout done or sprinkler winterization done? So sprinkler blowouts and winterizing your sprinkler system is important because in Kansas City, we have a freeze line of about 36 inches deep. So that means that the ground has potential to freeze down 3 feet into the ground. Now, it doesn't happen every day, every year, but it does happen on a pretty regular basis. And most of our sprinkler systems, in general, are buried 12 to 18 inches if it's a good one, and there are spots where it's super shallow. And then also in places like Olathe, let's see here, you can see we've got backflow devices that are above ground. So all of these pieces that are above ground obviously can freeze as soon as we get into the freezing temperatures. Now, everything below ground doesn't usually freeze until we get to the Christmas time, but that January is when we have really good potential for stuff to freeze hard. So you need to winterize your sprinkler system here in Kansas City. Now, if you installed it and are comfortable with the manual drains, if that's the kind of system that you have, and you can drain the system out, you've got good slope on it, then that works great. There's no problem with doing it that way. But if you didn't install it, or maybe your property's a little flat, then you may want to think about doing sprinkler winterization blowouts. And I don't know if you can see back here, so Michael's firing up the air compressor, and he's going to be hooking up to this sprinkler system here in a second, and he's going to start blowing compressed air through the lines and winterizing this sprinkler system. So here you can see in the back we've got them starting to run, and he's blowing the water out of the sprinkler system so that it can't freeze, and we're using the compressed air to do that. And that's a key to a good winterization, is getting all of the water out of there. And if you don't know that your system drains well, this is the best way to ensure that it's going to get winterized properly. Yep, there you can start to see some of the air coming through now, and we're going to blow this thing out dry, and then we'll be able to put it to bed for the winter and feel comfortable that it's not going to freeze on us, and they'll start up good next spring. Now the next one is going to be, when do we need to get our sprinkler systems winterized? So it's pretty simple. If you want to go by calendar, you can just say, hey, October and November, right? We're going to get down before we start getting our hard freezes. So especially if you've got some of the above ground backflow devices and things like that. Whoa. Might get wet if I'm not careful about where I'm standing. So if you've gotten a below ground backflow device, so everything in your sprinkler system is below ground, then as long as you get it done before Christmas, you should be in good shape. You just want to be careful not to let the sprinkler system run when it's below freezing outside, or you'll turn your landscape into an ice castle, and you'll have ice hanging all over everything, and that's not good. You end up getting slippery sidewalks, you get broken bushes and plants and things like that. So again, when to get your sprinkler system blown out? Good general answer is going to be October, November. If you've got above ground backflow devices, then probably in October. And if you got all below ground systems, then let's say November. So I hope that answers your questions then on why we need to get our sprinkler systems blown out and when we need to get our systems blown out. All right, this is Wes with Heritage Lawns and Irrigation. If we can help you out, by all means, give us a call, 913-451-4664, or reach out to us online at heritagelawnskc.com. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you on the lawn.